Hey guys, this is ggurface, and I'll be talking about game number 3 between DIMAGA and KiWiKaKi. I love his name, KiWiKaKi, Mitsubishi, and Tamagotchi. In the event, KiWiKaKi is playing as the yellow Protoss in the lower right hand corner, and DIMAGA is playing as the red Zerg at the upper left hand corner. And these players are fighting for pride, recognition, and all the chicks in the world. In any event, this is game number 3. Games 1 and 2 were both great in different aspects, and I hope this game will be the same. I have seen this game, and it is quite epic. I think between the two players, a lot of very good micro that we can learn from, and some very good unit compositions that we will be able to see. At the moment, KiWiKaKi is scouting the wrong direction, and he will not find DIMAGA there, and DIMAGA is also scouting the same direction, so neither will find each other at the moment. This probe is running across the vast desert lands. Oh, this is Delta Quadrant. There are 4 spawn locations at upper left, lower left, upper right, and lower right. We do see a spawning pool going down, as well as a gateway. Maybe, yes, just one gateway at the moment. Ooh, that probe is actually sitting there, so maybe we might see a secondary gateway coming up soon, or a forge. Actually, a forge would not make too much sense on this map. Right, so I was going to talk about the map. There is the natural spawn point. Right next to the natural spawn point is the natural expansion blocked by destructible debris, 2000 HP. Outside your expansion, outside your expansion as well as your main base, there is a expansion that is very difficult to keep because there is one choke here, not really a choke here. This is really huge, and there's also another expansion right over here. There is actually 16 bases total, and there are 4 gold expansions. That's right, 4 gold expansions blocked by destructible debris, but there are 4 gold expansions. Very mineral rich map, very easy for any players to access them, but it would be difficult to keep them as these things don't have very interesting or good choke points. They do have a high ground in the back, 2 choke points that are fairly wide, and we do see some Zerglings has come out, and metabolic boost is currently being researched for DIMAGA, and he's gonna run toward the base of KiWiKaKi, and KiWiKaKi is going to send his zealots to work on the destructible debris on the side, and this probe is actually throwing the Zerglings off, and this is a very good play by KiWiKaKi because it does buy him extra time as he doesn't have any units on his gateway at the moment because he has not yet been scouted by DIMAGA. DIMAGA, realizing he's going the wrong way, is going to send his Zerglings probably in the correct direction now because he has seen that is not the way to go, the upper right hand position, and the forge has gone down. No cyber core just yet, a little bit unusual, focusing on the economy and vast amount of ground forces. He won't have any force fields to hold off the front of his ramp if there's a lot of Zerglings or a bailing bus coming, but I guess he's not too worried. He's actually choose to focus on his economy instead, and we do see the destructible locks falling rather quickly as the side blades hit for 8 damage, actually 16 damage, because each zealot has 2 of those blades. And I read on a forum, as a really funny comment. Someone said that StarCraft 2 has some really cool mechanics, but cool mechanics don't usually mean for fair gameplay. One of the ideas would be like, imagine these zealots, each blade would be like a lightsaber, and they could deflect shots. Can you imagine that? Deflecting concussive shells from marauders, deflecting bullets from marines. They would be indestructible, right? very unbalanced, but hopefully once the patch for the Zerg and the Protoss, not the patch, once the expansion for the Zerg and the Protoss comes out, hopefully we'll see a little bit more creativity in the units and the production buildings for those races, as we do know that Terran does have the most amount of units and the most variety, whereas the other 2 races I feel are a little bit lacking in that department. All the pros mining minerals, nope, at the moment I said that, they actually went and got gas. At the moment, both players starting their first expansion, the Zerg outside because he has not worked on the destructible debris inside his own base, and now he's actually going to work on the destructible debris for the gold expansion. Gold expansion is a little bit difficult to hold because it is actually surrounded by this high ground, and then there's 2 pretty wide chokes, so not the best place you want to grab your first expansion, or a very good place to defend. Whereas this is pretty easily to defend because right next to your main base there's only 1 high ledge, no chokes. We do see a very nice O shape formed by these Zerglings as they have taken down those destructible debris. At the moment, we see the research of 1 shield and 1 armor. 1 armor for the Zerg player, 1 attack for the Protoss player, so that pretty much nullifies each other, as if you do have 1 extra attack over the opponent's defense, you will be able to kill the Zerglings with the Zealots in 2 shots instead of 3, which is a very, very vital part of the gameplay. We do see 1 cannon in the back at the moment, additional Zerglings being produced by DIMAGA. DIMAGA is going to run back and forth with his Zergling. Check out the unit composition of KiWiKaKi, and KiWiKaKi does not have Warp Gate currently finished. He's actually researching it just now, and we do see additional Zerglings. Ooh, these Zerglings might be trying to get us around on these Zealots. That is not a great place for the Zealots to be, as they can get easily surrounded, as DIMAGA is going to surround the Zealots. And we take a look at the unit loss tab, that the Zealots are falling left and right, and even though there are fewer units lost, they actually cost a lot more, and the Zerglings can attack relatively fast and run relatively fast and get a good surround on them. After that battle, any Zerg players would like to grab some additional workers as he's doing so, and he's thinking about attacking. I think he did see 2 Zealots pop out, so that's why he didn't attack, because if there was only 1 Zealot over here, I think his chances are actually pretty good of breaking in. And we do see 2 additional gateways going up for the Protoss player, as well as Protoss armor, ground armor level 1. At the moment, the Zerg player has 1 armor and no attack, and the Protoss army has 1 attack and no armor. Overlord positioning, please take a note of these Overlord positioning, as this Overlord will reveal to DIMAGA any potential drops or funny business going around the edges of the map, because that's where most players like to place their drops. We do see a robotics facility going down for KiWiKaKi, and the Zerglings are hugging the tower in the middle. This is always a very funny way to hug a tower, because everybody looks at the tower. It's almost as if the tower was the leader of a group, and those are his followers, all pointing to the same direction. I always find that amusing. And we do see the Zerg player is researching armor level 2, very, very good, seeing how the Protoss level has level 1 attack, so that would sort of nullify the advantage or the evenness of the Protoss player in the amount of upgrades. We do see gateways coming up online, as well as Twilight Council. Twilight Council, good for blink and charge. Both are very, very useful for the Protoss player KiWiKaKi, and I love saying KiWiKaKi. DIMAGA is now spreading the creep a little bit, as he has not spread creep before, and now he's putting down a bunch of spine crawls. Spine crawls is very, very good static defense against pretty much any ground unit, unless it's a ground unit that outranges them, like the Colossus. I don't think he's actually going for the robotics bay, as he's getting additional gateways at the moment. Only 1 cannon here defending it from this Overlord that's gonna come in. 1 Zergling here, very, very good Zergling to let the opponent know when he's moving out. And we do see 1 probe thinking about getting the expansion, and that Zergling's gonna come in and try to take out the probe, and he's not gonna be able to. And this Overlord is actually flying right inside. He should turn back and maybe make it out of there alive. I think 3 more shots, 2 more shots. Ooh, he barely escaped. Very, very good micro there by DIMAGA. DIMAGA making additional Zerglings, as he's actually teching up to Hive. He's morphing up to Hive. Wow, he's teching up rather quickly, and we do see some lavas being spawned, and we do see 1 additional pylon placed there, and both players are pretty happy with their number of bases. DIMAGA is actually trying to get his 3rd, whereas the Protoss player has recently started his 3rd, and we'll see an engagement here. Zealots, Stalkers, and a couple of sentries. 2 Stalkers going up ahead of the battle, trying to see exactly what's going on, and I don't think he's going to like what he sees. There's an L shape of spine crawlers. We do see additional upgrades for the adrenal glands for the Zerglings, I believe. Yes, Zerglings? Yes, Zerglings. There's a lot of names for Zerg, and I'm not a Zerg player, so I'm not extremely familiar with the upgrades, but it was the upgrades for the Zerglings to upgrade their attack speed. And the Zerglings are wrapping around, both players trying to figure out exactly what they want to do. Ooh, and actually the Protoss force split up. I don't think that was intentional. And there is 1 observer coming in with the Protoss force, so he should be able to kind of cut off the spread of the creep if he wants to. And he's going to take down another creep tumor, and the Zerglings are thinking about engaging. There's actually 2 groups of Zerglings. They want to get us around on this couple of units, and some Zerglings run in to see what kind of unit composition he's going to be dealing with. And I think the Protoss wants to engage on the side and prevent a surround, and the Zerglings are rushing in, is going to get us around. And wow, the Protoss player KiWiKaKi is very, very smartly running back, and we do see 2 Ultras currently being produced by the Zerg player DIMAGA. Very, very nice units against the ground forces, as they are very well upgraded. Currently the upgrades are 0-2 for the Zerg player and 2-1 for the Terran player, weapon and armor. And that Zergling is going to get taken out by the cannon that is placed in the back. We might see another engagement here with these spine crawlers. There are actually 5 spine crawlers, not the best location to engage, as you do want to not engage static defenses because they're relatively cheap if you were to fight them head on with forces of about equal value. And we might see an engagement. Ooh, the 2 Ultralists has come out. 4 more Ultralists are currently being produced, and he's running back a little bit. He sees the 2 Ultras and he's gonna run for it. He's running. Ooh, and there are some Dark Templars in the back. Dark Templars should make a little bit of a difference in this fight. He could probably blink micro. Oh, there is some very good blink micro by KiWiKaKi as he's blinking the lower HP stalkers back. And look at this guy. It's almost dead. He's got 5 kills, and actually he's gonna go down to the spine crawlers perhaps. And there's one Overseer coming, and he will be able to see all the Dark Templars, and the Dark Templars are falling, and he probably wants to retreat here as he has not the detection advantage, but he did manage to kill off that Overlord. And I mean not Overlord, the Overseer, and now he's running back in full speed. Additional Ultralists being produced, and we do see the ground armor for the Zerg player, and this couple of Dark Templars was able to take out the hatchery without detection. And Overseer came a little bit too late. A couple of more seconds earlier, he would have been able to prevent those Dark Templars from taking down those precious hatchery that he really needs right now. It's 3 base Protoss versus 2 base Zerg. That's not a good situation. That's not a good time you want to be in. And we do see the Zerglings are marching across the map, and we do see some Ultralists, 4 Ultralists, and these 5 Ultralists are going to be the key of the battle. Let's see if he can keep these alive and do some more damage. Ooh, the Stalker's actually blinking in, focus firing on the Overseer. Very good idea, but he only has 1 Dark Templar. And I think there was a little bit tiny mismanagement by the Stalkers, but they're actually trying to run away, and this High Templar is going to whack away at this Ultralist, and the armies are actually falling back for DIMAGA at the moment. He could probably whack away a couple of Zerglings, but he doesn't want to. And we do see 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe. Yes, 4 Ultralisks versus 1 hatchery going down at the goal, but that High Templar is right there. I mean, the Dark Templar is right there. He's going to force him to cancel probably, and he does cancel, but he whacks away the drone. We do see that KiWiKaKi is thinking about getting his own gold expansion as these destructible rocks is going down. The Overseer does see that Dark Templar coming in, so he should be able to take it out, no problem. The Dark Templar is trying to run away. Ooh, may he get away? This Overseer is actually not actually following the Dark Templar. I think he might be able to get away. He's running. This is like one of the most exciting things I've ever watched, and he's actually gonna get away. Wow. I can't believe it. The Dark Templar actually got away. A little bit good micro by KiWiKaKi running around the edges of the base to prevent the surround by the units, and he was able to outrun that Overseer. So I guess you can outrun Overseers with the Dark Templar. I never knew that. I always thought Overseer equals dead Dark Templar, but not in every single case, I guess. And we do see a very nice unit composition walking across, marching through the middle. We do see 1 Changeling, and he's going to take that Changeling down. A lot of Zealots, a lot of Stalkers versus this massive army of 1, 2, 6 Colossus. And now we do see a heavily micro battle. We do see a Stalkers blinking back, letting the Zealots engage those Ultralists, and the Ultralists are actually falling a little bit. Ooh, he actually lost 1, 2. He lost 2, and these Zealots are going to charge in and try to grab a couple of hits on those Ultralists, and the Zealots do fall rather quickly. And we do see there's only 3 Ultralists left. If he can keep this, ooh, we have 1 Immortals in battle and 2 additional Immortals being produced at the moment, and he will be able to take down all 6 Ultralists. Wow, I can't believe I actually witnessed that. A very good play, very intense micro by these Stalkers, by KiWiKaKi, and he's going to be able to push forward and probably destroy this base as well as he wants, and DIMAGA realizes he's behind, and he does call GG. Very exciting game number 3. Hope to see you guys at game number 4. This is GG Your Face, GG Your Games, or say GG Your Face. Subscribe, wee!